Felix Dennis founded Maxim magazine in 1995. It does seem to go against the grain then that he was vehemently against the use of non-medically necessary cosmetic surgery. I wonder what he would make of the use of photographic filters in social media today. With the likes of Instagram and TikTok awash with beauty filters, is anybody happy with their self-image anymore? To a beautiful lady of a certain age. Lady, lady, do not weep. What is gone, now sleep. Turn your pillow, dry your tears. Count thy sheep, and not thy years. Nothing good can come of this. Time rules all, my darling, 'tis but folly to be waging war on one who never lost before. Lady, this is all in vain. Youth can never come again. We have drunk the summer wine. None can make a stitch in time. Nip and tuck till crack of doom. What is foretold in the womb may not be forsworn with gold, nor may time be bought or sold. Dearest, do I love thee less? Do I shrink from thy caress? Think you I could cease to care? Never was there one so fair. Lady, lady, do not weep. What is gone, now sleep. Lean against me, calm your fears. Count thy blessings, not thy years. Well, it might seem odd to some people that someone like Felix Denis had these views. I've heard him say it hundreds of times. He really didn't like cosmetic surgeons. Well, ones that did it for profit anyway. I'll put a link in the description to a TED conference. It was a TED conference in 2004. If you watch the beginning of Never Go Back, the premiere, he waves up to the gallery to make the music louder. That's me he's waving to. If you go to 4 minutes and 56 seconds, it's the beginning of the poem that I've just done. You can actually listen to him read it properly because it's obviously his poem, so he knows how to read it. It also gives that exclamation about the cosmetic surgeons. I mean, he had a glamour magazine, for want of a better word, a lads mag as they called them over here. I don't know what they called them in America, which spent a lot of time with scantily clad glamorous women, many of which were photoshopped to the nth degree to make them look even better, to cut the blemishes off their skin, etc., etc. I think there was a big furore about Kate Winslet. I think it might have been that she was appalled at how much photoshopping they'd done to her. Yeah, getting a message. But it's funny, I did over 100 shows with Felix on the poetry tours throughout over a period of about 15 years, 12 to 15 years. And there was one that I always recall about this. There was a couple in the audience in Portland in Oregon, in the Crystal Ballrooms in Portland in Oregon. It's still there. I was going to talk about their sound system because when we went there, I will mention it, they had not the original wall of sound from the Grateful Dead, but the same system hanging from the roof. So that was quite a treat. We used it because we plugged into their system rather than use the one we carried with us. The Crystal Ballrooms in Portland was interesting in many ways. It was a great venue. It had problems for us because it's a proper dance floor, proper sprung dance floor. So we had a live camera on him for a whole period. But if anybody walked out to go to the bar or to get to the toilet and they walked past the camera would bounce up and down because of this bouncy floor. It's historic. It's been around for decades. Apparently, legend has it that this is the stage where Little Richard threw Jimi Hendrix off the stage with the phrase, "There's only one star in this show," because Jimi Hendrix was playing guitar for his band at the time. I don't know how much it's changed. I have looked at some pictures online and they definitely have a new sound system. But when we went there, the only way in was from a very old lift, and a small one as well. Now, I might put some pictures up at later dates, but the set that we had for this show was predominantly made up of 8-foot by 4-foot flats. Now, that's quite a size for a standard lift. And when we got there and they opened the doors, I took one look at the lift and went, we're going to have trouble getting these upstairs. And the crew there were great. They were fantastic. And they said, no, we'll get anything in this lift. And by golly, they did. They got everything that we had. The 8-foot flats, the screens, the projectors, everything into that lift and up to the venue. And it was a great venue. Historic and glorious to look at. Go and have a look at pictures online. The Crystal Ballroom in Portland, Oregon. It's great. But there was a couple there that were, shall we say, of a glamorous nature, a man and a woman, and the woman had been enhanced somewhat. But they were anti-Maxim, which was really odd. Well, certainly to me. They were jeering him about Maxim magazine and how he was a pornographer almost. Yet they had been under the knife themselves. So of course, when it came to this poem, they were a little rowdy because it seemed to go against the grain, as I said in the intro. I'll talk more about the venues as we go on, because I'm trying to do probably one story per venue, but as it's well over 100 events that we're talking about, I'm not sure if there's 100 stories. There's definitely 100 venues. Well, actually, that's not true. There's 100 shows, because we did a couple of repeat venues. But enough of that. Felix was an extraordinary man, and he had some very outspoken views, as I'll come to later on in other videos. But yes, this poem has been read out many times because it's actually in his first book, A Glass Half Full. So from 2002 until his death in 2014, he read this virtually on every show. So I've heard this well in excess of 100 times, and it's still a great poem. I just hope I've done it justice. So yeah. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. That's I hope I did the poem justice and the story was of interest. If you want some more, subscribe, hit the dingy dongy button for notifications. FelixDennis.com is online. All his poems are online. Or better still, go out and buy a book. I'll put a link in the description to the book and to the Heart of England Forest Project, the people that benefit from the sales of his books. You can always go and visit the Heart of England Forest. It's up in Stratford-upon-Avon, or near Stratford-upon-Avon in the Warwickshire countryside. So keep on enjoying. Have a good day. See ya.